Hello, it's Ashley here from Paper&Twine. It is a very blustery Saturday afternoon as I'm filming this. I've not long got in from theatre train. I've got a cup of tea and this is Woollypod number 5, I believe. So this is the twine part of Paper&Twine. Welcome if you're new here. I'm beyond excited. I've had a flurry of subscribers overnight. I don't know why. Massive. So if you're new here, welcome. Yeah. Get up to all sorts of mad shenanigans here, so you're very welcome for the ride. But this is Woollypod number 5. Yeah, so in the UK at the moment we are experiencing Storm Arwen, and actually at theatre train I do teach a girl called Arwen, and I said, what's it like having a storm named after you? And she kind of laughed. But this is what the weather was like this morning, and it's snowing now. It's not going to stick, it's too wet. I've got to go out in this in a minute. Look at this. It's actually settling as well, even though it's really wet. Oh my word. It doesn't feel cold enough for snow. I can't believe how much is coming down. So I was completely wrong about the snow not settling, because it did for a while. It's all gone now, you wouldn't know. And it is dry, but very windy. Yes, the last of the leaves have come off the trees now, so it is looking quite wintry. But what have I been up to? I think I've just looked back, it was September I did the last Woollypod, so we didn't get one done in October, and it is almost December. So I showed work in progress, so I'm going to do some finished objects first. I showed a little witch that was work in progress, and this is one that is finished. I did 2 of these in the pink. Sent one to Jessica Marvel, so if you follow Jessica Marvel, I sent one for her Halloween challenge. They're quite cute, aren't they? And yeah, I understand how to whip stitch the hat on better now. I did one in a dark purple, the same yarn as I used for Poirot Bear that I showed in the last Woollypod. He's still here because I'm still behind on Lainey's prize winnings. Oh dear, dear, dear. So Poirot is still here looking over me. And I got the hat perfectly on that, and that's gone to a subscriber, that witch. And I did a little pumpkin and a little cat. So here is the little cat. This is just some cotton yarn I got in my stash. It's Egyptian cotton in a dark charcoaly grey. And then my friend asked me if I'd knit a pumpkin for her. She saw the one that I knitted for Jessica Marvel, and I forgot to give it to her last time I saw her. I saw her last week. But little pumpkin. This is from the charm set, autumn charm set by Susan B. Anderson. I got it on Ravelry, and there's acorns and oak leaves, and I think there's pine cones on there as well. Makes a really nice garland. But I love the little pumpkin. This is just all yarn out of my stash. I think this is Katia, this orange, and the pink was Katia. The cream is Rowan Revive, I think it was, organic cotton. So that's that. So that's that finished object. Let's move those out of the way. You'll see on a later video, my craftery looks like a bomb has hit it. I've done some really intensive crafting this week and haven't tidied up as I've gone along. So I think this afternoon's job, when I've finished uploading this, is going to be having a little make do and mend, tidy up, so that Monday I can start afresh, because I've got 2 magazine commissions to do next week. So let me introduce you now to another bear. This one is for a subscriber. She's just made the decision that she wants him. He is called Peabody. He's very grumpy looking, and he has trouble sitting up unaided. In truth, I overstuffed his body. I've put too much steel shot in him. So yeah, I said to her, he's been on the cooking sherry, so he can't sit up unaided. He sits nicely against things, and yeah, that's why he's looking a bit grumpy, because he wanted something nicer to drink than the cooking sherry. But it just goes to show you how, when you put these little bears together, they kind of form their own character. And yeah, his face is a little bit misshapen, and I've called him Peabody because he's in this kind of pea green. This is a Rowan tweed, fine tweed. Came in a little 25-gram ball. I wish I'd bought more of these when they're available. I think they're discontinued now. But his little legs move and his arms move. And I thought the little orange scarf, it's a space dyed yarn that actually goes into blues and a deeper orange. But the little section that I needed for his scarf has got a bit of cream in it and a bit of orange because he's got orange in his body. So he weighs 114 grams. And sits at about 3.5 inches tall. So there he is. So Kath, if you're watching, I'll be popping him in the post to you on Monday. Look at that grumpy face. Yeah, he needs something nice to drink, Kath. I suggest, he's quite a classy little bear. I suggest a Chateau Neuf de Pape. Yes, I think he'll like that. Yes, so let's pop him out of the way. So those are my finished objects. I think as his stuffing settles, he will be able to sit up properly. In fact, actually sitting quite nicely on the side of my desk. Now, I'm not sure whether I'd started this last month or not, but I said that I was doing a mystery knit along. I was a bit sceptical because I did one in January, and that was for the Hopeful Cowl, and it was one clue every 4 weeks, and I think I finished it in June, May or June, and obviously it wasn't cowl weather. I could have worn it now actually, and I thought, well, this is a smaller project. I might be with a chance of keeping up. I didn't keep up. I'm way behind. So this is Norway so far. She works in an ice cream factory. I've got another colourway on the go as well, in kind of like raspberry sorbet, raspberry ripple colours. So this is yarn that was in my stash. I think it was Hedgehog Fibres. Beautiful soft yarn. Yeah, so I've got the nose to sew on. I've done her braids. They need blocking. And I've got her little hands to do, her little mittens. I've got one on the needles. I haven't got that ready to show you. So she's nearly done. And then the really cute thing is an extra, which was free because we bought the pattern for the knit along. But I think if you have to buy it separately now if you haven't got the knit along pattern. She's holding a little ice cream cone, and I've got just the perfect yarn for that. So I haven't arranged these little doodads as the designer suggested, but this was great fun with the hat because you had to knit this I-cord. I think it was 40 inches or something, I don't know, a lot, and then you pin it in place on the hat and kind of sew it down. You're getting a bit of glare there, but yeah, hopefully I don't think there's going to be a Woollypod in December because I'm doing Vlogmas, so hopefully in January Norman will be finished. Oh, so exciting. Now, the other thing that was on the needles, or I think I was casting on, let's just show you. I think I showed this pattern. It's got creased up in my bag. Called Audrey for this cardigan, and I think I showed the yarn that I was going to do it in. I've made quite good progress, but I've done a typical Ashley thing. I've gone ahead all guns blazing and got to a certain point, left it for a few weeks, came to pick it up the other night in front of the telly, and I couldn't make out where I was, even though I thought I'd made a note on the pattern. So I need to sit down and have a little look at that. But I'm also a bit concerned. I don't know whether I've got enough yarn. I haven't done a tension square. Does anybody else do a tension square? I don't usually bother. Actually, do you know, there was a funny thing years and years and years ago when Molly was about, I don't know, 7. She asked me to knit her a cardigan, which I did. And it was just a simple cotton cardigan. And I thought I'd followed the pattern for her age and everything, and the yarn was all right. I wasn't running out of yarn, but when this is big, I kept thinking this is big, and when I finished it, it fit me. So she loved it because she could cuddle up in it. But this is what we have so far. It is so soft, this yarn. You do get what you pay for with yarn, and this wasn't cheap. But holding it up, I've done quite a lot. So it's construction is one piece from the top down, and this here is the center. So you've got this kind of pearl stitch in the center, and when it's blocked, that'll be like a little design detail. And yeah, this is the bottom, obviously. So if I turn it this way, this is the top neck yoke at the top, and you've got the holes for the sleeves. I've got the sleeves on waste yarn. Oh, that's going to be so lovely to wear. I mean, considering it's wool, it is absolutely beautiful. I don't know whether you can see the kind of subtle colouring. And then I haven't got long to go on the body before I bring in the pink. Now, this was a different yarn because the original colourway I'd got, I only got one skein, not two, and I can't get it. So this is Quince & Co. I think it's Quince, and is it Lark? I'm not sure. This is much rougher in texture, so I'm glad it's going to be at the bottom, although it is going to be on my hands as well. But I think those two colours together look really nice. So I'm looking forward. Pete is going out. Mr. Paper&Twine is going out tonight. He's going over to a friend's house, and they're having a boys' night with some other mates, watching shoot 'em up movies probably, and he's staying over. So I'm going to be in the house on my own tonight because Ella's at work. That is a rare oddity. So I think I'm going to sit on the sofa, curl up on the sofa with a glass of something because it is Saturday night. I've treated myself to a raspberry mojito cocktail from Marks and Spencer's, so I might have that. Yeah, I'm going to curl up on the sofa, work out where I am with that pattern and crack on with it, I think. Now, I've just remembered there's something else I want to show you, so just bear with a minute. I think I've got everything to hand now. So, just before I show you what future projects might be, last Woollypod, or it might have been the Woollypod before, I showed yarn bombing in a local village, Kilsby. Well, in September, we went to Ashbourne, and I saw some yarn bombing in Ashbourne, so I'll just put a little clip of that in now. Isn't it fun? I was talking to somebody who lives in Kilsby actually, and they said they really miss the yarn bombing in the village. So the village looks quite dull now. Perhaps they'll do something for Christmas, I don't know. But while I was getting what I want to show you next, I did also take the opportunity to, let's take it out of here because you don't want to see the glare, pick up the autumn, well, it's festive full harvest charm set. I love Susan B. Anderson's patterns. They're really quirky. So there's the pumpkin, there's the pine cone, there's some acorns, and there's a leaf. I thought it was an oak leaf, but it's just a leaf. But I'm going to have a go at the pumpkin next. And something else that I have finished, but it's gone off to a subscriber, And I should have photographed it before I wrapped it up and sent it off, but I didn't. I had a go and knitted a couple of things, again from Susan B. Anderson. I've got all of these off Ravelry. Holiday Charm Set 2. I made this little snowman, and his carrot nose is so sweet. But I also did a couple of these wreaths, and they were really interesting construction. Let's see if I can find another picture of it, a better picture. Oh, there's a better picture of the snowman. I didn't do the pom-pom on the end of his hat because I ran out of time, and I used a self-colouring yarn for the hat, so I did it in cream. I put beads on for the buttons and the eyes. The carrot was, I used that orange for the carrot nose, and I used dark grey for the stick arms, and then red for the brim of the hat, and self-colouring yarn for the body of the hat. It's cream with little specks of red and green in it, and you can use those little wreaths either as part of the garland or for the snowman to sit on. And just seeing if there's a better, yeah, there's a better picture of the wreaths. You knit an I cord, I think it was 40 rows of I cord, 6 stitches, and then you pick up stitches along the I cord, so you're knitting down like that, and you knit a row, and then you do a picot bind off, and you do that 4 times, and you get this really lovely texture. So I've got that set, and I thought, oh, do you know what, let's get the other set as well. So the other set is more traditional. Socks, jumpers, Christmas trees. And I think I'm going to do this for my kids for next year. It won't get done this year, but just in really nice subtle colours, not bright reds and greens, just really soft colours. I'm going to do them a long garland each with a snowman and maybe pine cones as well. Yeah, just thought that'd be really nice. Then think this is the last thing I want to show you, because I can see I've been on ages already and I've got so much to do still. Get in there though, get in there on my list of jobs. I went into Aldi with Ella just before her operation. Her operation was just over a week ago. It was last Friday. And thank you to those of you that have sent best wishes to her. She's still struggling. She's in a lot of pain. She did go to work last night, and she's going to work tonight. But she's looking really miserable. And she says, Mummy, it just really hurts to smile. So she's got stitches here, and she's like this. God, I look a mess today. She says, it really hurts to smile. Bless her. But we went into Aldi the day before to get some treats, things that she might fancy eating. And we saw these in Aldi. So it's acrylic, it's a ball of yarn with a pom-pom, and it makes a hat. It was £2.99. And we just looked at it and I said, oh, that's really cute. And she said, I could do with a hat. And I said, do you want me to knit you one? And she said, yes. And it comes with a pattern on the ball band. So I think you need 4mm needles. I might do this for a Christmas stocking, I don't know. Yeah, you need 1 ball of the pom-pom hat yarn, 4mm straight knitting needles. I shall do it on a circular needle, but knit back and forth. It's how I rock and roll. And yeah, cast on 132 stitches. You knit 1 per 1 rib for 8 centimeters. Main part of hat. You row 1, you knit. Row 2, knit 1 per 1. And then you just repeat those 2 rows until your hat measures 25 centimeters, and then you start to decrease. Interesting. I think that would be quite a quick project. One to perhaps have in my handbag. Now, this is the last thing I'm going to show you, actually. I've talked about Vlogmas. I don't know whether to call it Vlogmas. I am going to aim to upload every day. But there are a couple of days where it might go up late. I think what I might do is aim to upload 8 o'clock at night, so that if I'm doing things in the day, it gives me time, because I know next week I've got to go and sit with my father-in-law for a couple of hours while Mr. Paper&Twine takes his mum to a medical appointment. But I have, as part of my Vlogmas, got 2 yarn advents, and the first one that arrived is from Elderflower Stitches and Susie Bettles. Elderflower Stitches, she has an Etsy shop. She hand dyes the most gorgeous yarn. Hold on, I'm going to pause you while I get into this box. So Susie hand dyes the most gorgeous yarn. I've had an Easter box from her, and did I buy something else as well? I can't remember. Beautiful soft yarn in pastel colours, but this is what you get when you open the box. I mean, just look at, I love her font, I love her aesthetic. So this is called A Christmas Rainbow, and I'm not going to read that. I'll read it on my Vlogmas. It is a yarn fade. This beautiful yarn fade will take us through the rainbow in a festive journey this Christmas time. Oh, our excitement begins with a familiar face and his famous nose. We join Mrs. Klaus on her, or Claus, for her exceptional Christmas party before journeying through the village of the North Pole, flying over the evergreen forests in the winter sky and finishing up snuggled in our cosy homes with plenty of festive treats and decorated presents, with a final visit from Father Christmas himself. But, oh my word, I've just seen a little peek of something in here. Everything's wrapped up really nicely, and it's just, you can't see. Let me just move that way a bit and see if you can see the colour. It's a real soft peach with a sticker. Beautiful. I'm so looking forward to opening that. Then this arrived this week. I bought from Sherry Iris. She also has a YouTube channel, and I'm just going to take the bubble wrap off this. I'm not going to look inside. Both of these ladies have a lovely aesthetic. I've not ever bought any yarn from Sherry Iris before, but she has a shop. I've just dropped my box on the floor. Hold on. Oh gosh. And this box that it's in has come from Paper Chase, and look, oh, it's called the Winter Gathering, a Foxglove Tale. Sherry Iris. Happy Christmas, Sherry. And then I think it's her husband does all the artwork for her labels and things. But this is in a really sturdy box. Beautiful ribbon. I'm so excited. And then of course 13th of December we've got Penmas. Anyway, I am going to stop there. Going to get on, do some paper crafting. Feel quite fired up because I'm getting through my list. Going to start writing my Christmas card list and working out how many Christmas cards I need to make, and have a bit of a tidy up, and I'll be back soon. Take care everybody. Bye now. Oh, don't forget to give this a thumbs up, a share, a like, subscribe, and all the good YouTube stuff. Bye now.